Let's get a check of the forecast now with Audrey. So I was listening earlier. We've got confetti and maybe some flurries too at the stroke of midnight.
It's going to be very festive this evening as we go into our midnight hour in Times Square. It's going to be cold out there too. 32 degrees was the high temperature today after a morning low of 27. Normally we should be at 41 to 30 for our spread here, but it has been as cold as -7. That was back in 1917. And some of the coldest New Year's Eve ball drops, I went to take a look. The coldest one was back in 1918 where it was just 1 degree at midnight when the ball did drop. And recently, 2018, it was as cold as 9 degrees at the time of the ball drop. And here are some of the other records to make the top 5 coldest New Year's Eve ball drops. Right now, we're sitting at 29 in the Park. That's the same number we're finding in Hartford. It's about 30 in Providence. To our south, we have 34 in Philadelphia, and it's 33 in Atlantic City. So we're dry right now on the radar. However, we are watching for some snow showers that are kind of erupting near the Great Lakes. This has been going on over the last 2 days or so. In fact, they've already measured a couple of feet of snow in places like Syracuse and in and around Buffalo, where they're currently getting a lot of snow at the moment coming off the Great Lakes. We have a trough that's moving through. A quick moving clipper system will kind of pass through the northeast as we go into tonight, and that will help spark off a couple of snow showers across the region. Here it plays out on our future cast. So we're dry right now, and then by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, we'll start to see the first flakes flying in parts of the Hudson Valley, maybe even into northwestern New Jersey, at least in the highest elevations like near High Point. But everyone along the coast should be dry at that point. As we go into the evening, closer to midnight, here we are at midnight, we can see snow overspreading Connecticut, much of Long Island, at least the North Shore, the South Shore around the Hamptons to Montauk Point. It looks like you could see a rain shower at midnight. We're dry in the city, although I could see a few flakes flying. And we do have another line that's going to develop overnight. So in the pre-dawn hours, we'll get a quick burst of snow passing through the region. But by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, which will probably be quite late for some, it might be the afternoon, everything will be long gone, and we'll have plenty of sunshine as we go into the first day of 2026. But it will be a cold day as our temperatures remain below normal for this time of year. And then as we go into Thursday night into Friday morning, we'll see a few clouds kind of coming into play here, but no rain or snow is expected. Lake effect snows will still plague upstate New York, but we'll stay dry here in the tri-state. In fact, it's going to be a dry stretch of weather taking us through much of the first week of January. So let's take a step back to tonight. The snowfall that we're expecting, relatively light. It'll be a few flurries, maybe a few snow showers, and those could accumulate to less than ½ inch across much of the region here. Up to Monticello, we're looking at maybe an inch or a little bit more than that, but we're not expecting a shovelable snow. It's one where you may see a little bit of a coating because the ground is quite cold, so any snow that does fall, it will stick and make for a white coating in a lot of areas. So tonight we're dropping down below freezing, well below freezing in parts of the region where we'll be in the teens in Monticello and Sussex. Again, factor in the winds, it'll feel a bit colder. Tomorrow's highs mostly in the upper 20s to low 30s. That's well below normal for this time of year and colder than today for sure. In fact, look at the high in Monticello, only 18 degrees. That's going to be pretty cold for your Thursday. Friday, we're still cold. We'll have a bit of a breeze too, so that high of 31 will feel more like 21. And then we have a mix of sun and clouds as we go into Saturday. Sunday, we stay dry. In fact, we're dry all the way until Wednesday. That's when rain showers return, but so do better temperatures. We'll have highs in the 40s by then. Teresa, Natasha?
All right, sounds good, Audrey. Thank you. If staying up